Hey everybody, it's Redfirefly. I'm doing two videos. This is from another game that I played last night with Angry Asian and Chronos. And the reason I wanted to point out this game is because this is actually one of the games where both my allies leave, and me being stubborn end up winning the game. Yeah, it's me showing off. But that's not the point. The point is just to not give up, but to also not underestimate your opponent and be smart about what units that you push out, what units you're going to be using. Our opponents include Nassim, who is Terran, Vyric, who is Zerg, and then we have I don't even know who comes up with these names, who is Protoss. So it's just your typical build here. You have Chronos here as Toss, and you have Angry Asian here as Toss. I'm playing Zerg because of the fact that I just want to. And I decide that I'm going to do a Zergling rush. Just because I can. Now, I don't know if you've seen the 6-pool video that is a parody of the I'm Sexy and I Know It video. But I remember I was shown that video the other day by Dizzy, and I was like, I don't 6-pool Zerg rush. I 7-pool it. So it's very different for me. So I build one army first, and then I build a second army. First army goes here, and obviously when they send in their SCVs to fix this, I can't do anything. But that was a smart move on their side. So I go here, and I go for their Zerg, which I think I slowed the Zerg down pretty well. He did a great job sending all of his units to take out my Zerglings. But either way, that should slow him down a little bit. Probably annoy him a little bit more too. And Muffin, he gets disconnected. So his base right here is being used for just extra minerals at that point. And the cool thing is this: a proxy pylon provided by Chronos. And Chronos is going to use all his units and take out the extra base. And that's one of the smart moves. You want to take out that extra base because that base is feeding your opponent. And I go for an early expansion right here. Give me a moment here. So we're going to speed up this game a little bit, as exciting as it is. So you can see here we have 4 barracks. Not 4 barracks. Yeah, there are 4 barracks. What am I thinking? 4 barracks, and he's pushing out Marauders. So he does a really good job massing Marauders. And I actually commend him on that because Marauders are very intimidating. And they are very strong, especially when you learn that upgrade, that's the concussive shells, because that stuns your opponents when you attack them. And he's doing a great job of upgrading his armor and upgrading his weapons. Great. So Chronos attacks, takes out the extra base. Next thing he knows is he's taken out by our opponents. Now, one opponent once told me that you need to make variety in your build, because variety in your build helps you fight off a bunch of different kinds of opponents. So here he has Marines and he has massive amounts of Marauders. So he's awesome against land. And same thing with these guys right here. They're doing a great job against land, but they're not going to do much against air. Who has air? Redfirefly. So I'm building my second expansion up here. I already took out their second expansion. And I go to their base, always attacking their mineral line. And to stop me, they make some missile turrets, which is 1 missile turret. Yes, send me a bunch of Marauders. That makes tons of sense. The cool thing is that they did build a lot of missile turrets right here, which does intimidate my my mutas. So building some more, going up in the air, and enjoying my base up here. What ends up happening is that it ends up being a fight between me and Red at the very end, and I have a bunch of bases. I'm still obsessed with fast expanding, and I build a variety of different things, which includes my mutas and Ultralisk, I believe. So they attack again. Smart scan ahead so that if there's any DTs or anything, or they could see, and also so they could see up the ramp. So they're upgraded, so they're doing quite a bit of damage. So they send some more. Let's see where we are as resources go here. Yeah, it's me needing more gas. I have an abundance of minerals, but not enough gas for what I want to do. So they send their guys back because of the fact that I am over here harassing his ally, who has no defense. Pretty poor build for a Zerg, honestly. I mean, it's smart what he did build, but the thing is that he has no expansion, no defense. He already saw that I had air. Should have built something to go anti-air, whether it be the spore crawlers or something else. So I do a good job, take out his opponent, slow his opponent down. And I make some Zerglings, which don't do anything. I wonder if I actually make these into Banglies. Don't remember. Played like 8 games last night. 8 or 9 games. A few games lasting like an hour or so, so that's a good amount of games to be playing. So they do a good job. They come to take out my whole base. Oh, I think I try to make Baileys. But I build my expansions up here. They don't even take out my whole base down here, I don't think. They take out a good chunk of it, but they don't take out the whole base. That's because they decide to go and worry about other things, like taking out my opponent. And I remember Micah over on Vent is like, oh my god, they're on my base. And I'm like multitasking, trying to build here so that I have a stronger here and something else. And you can see here my allies are like, I'm done. I'm done. Because I didn't have anything to fight it. Which is fine. Because when they quit, who gets the abundance of minerals? It's Redfirefly. So I send my mutas over this way to take off whatever that Vyric has over here, which are not anti-air. They can't attack air at all. But they do a good job of attacking ground. See, did not take out my whole base. Actually, even left my spawning pool. I don't think I built another spawning pool because I was like, whatever. And then I decided to build Ultralisk, and I'm building another Spire here. So while they're taking out my opponents, and my opponents are doing the last stand, Angry Agent leaves. Kronos tries to fight off some more of this army right here. And he does a decent job at it, as you can see here. He takes out a good chunk of them. And I decide that I'm just going to take out blue here. Just get rid of blue. And just as I tell them I'm building Ultralisk, my allies both leave. Both are gone. Kronos is gone. And as you can see, when they leave, spike in my minerals. Big spike. My opponents are too busy on working on taking out bases that their resources are pretty capped. Can't do anything. And I know that. That's why I stayed. Because I know they don't have an expansion. And I know that plays in my favor. And here you can see I build a bunch of Ultralisks, which I'm going to take to their base. Even them sending these guys back to fight that, they can't do much. At all. Vyric here can't build anything. He doesn't have a drone lying around anywhere that I could see. So he can't build anything. He just has minerals lying around. And I have an abundance of minerals. So I decided to go over here and take out whatever army they did have. And I've snuck a drone over here so that I can expand again, just because I can. And they go to take out this base, which is sort of pointless because of the fact that it's already been mined to an extent. So I go take out their little army. They're trying their best to expand some more, get some resources, which is smart on their side because they need the resources. And I have some more Ultralists here that I'm also working on stuff. So, going in, attacking. All together. So this is my variety here. Ultralists and Mutas. And the Mutas are not all the way upgraded, but they're semi-upgraded. The Ultralists are upgraded too. So we're doing a good job of just taking them out, preventing them from expanding. So even if your army is doing a really good job of attacking, make sure that you have a strong economy, because they didn't think about that economy. I believe at one point he tries to expand, and he expands, brings his expansion towards my current expansions, and it's game over at that point, because there is no point. So I'm just sending things into his base to take things out little by little by little. I mean, yeah. Problem with missile turrets is they only attack air. So you send in a bunch of ground units, they do a pretty good job. Die, my pretties. I'm starting to really like the sound of Ultralists, by the way. I don't even know why these guys are moving. Last stand? I probably at this point could have, if the game went any longer, would have utilized my opponent's units and made a bigger army of something with the Protoss. But at this point, I'm just trying to finish him off because I'm just like, whatever, man. I'm gonna expand, build myself a higher, more stuff. And he's just gonna be a little bitch, and he doesn't have enough minerals at all to build anything. So he's like, I'm just gonna move my structures around because you win the game when you kill all the structures. So he starts sending them around. At this point, it's end of game. So that is a good game. So I had good games and bad games last night, but it's okay because I left feeling satisfied with them. Angry Asian, not so much, but that's okay. All right, remember to check out noobcastgaming.com.